Today, we introduce you to another shining Bahamian athlete. Zion Davis is a track and field star who has qualified in the under-20 boys 400 and 400-meter hurdles and will be running in both trial events. He's representing Queens College and delivering a notable performance in various competitions. Zion joins us on What's Trending today. Congratulations and welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's great to have you here. So, Zion, tell us, how confident are you about competing in the trials this weekend, even though you've already qualified for CARIFTA?
I would say I'm very confident. First and foremost, I give all the praise to God for putting me in this position. I have strong belief and great faith that I will be able to compete to the best of my ability.
Oh, that sounds good. So how are you preparing for the upcoming competition? Obviously the one on the weekend, and then after that you head off to CARIFTA once you're successful. But talk to us about what goes into your preparations.
First thing that goes into my preparation is my eating habits. Usually before I compete, I try to change my eating habits at least like 2 weeks to a month before I compete. And also, me and my coach, he loaded me a lot to peak me to run fast for CARIFTA and CARIFTA trials, but the main focus is CARIFTA, obviously. So yeah, so.
Okay, sounds like a lot you have going on. So what inspired you, Zion, to get into track and field?
The first thing that inspired me to get into track and field was that I had a lot of brothers that competed in sports. I was the only one that didn't have a particular sport. They each had a sport, multiple sports. Both of my brothers, I'm the only one that did track only. I competed in track and field only, but my two other brothers competed in multiple sports. And I was the only one that was really passionate about the one sport, because my brothers had other sports, but I was really passionate about track, so I just...
So you wanted to make a mark for yourself on the track?
That's right.
Okay, that makes sense. And so who has been your biggest influence or mentor when it comes to your athletic journey?
I would say my parents and also my aunt, Natasha Isla, my therapist also. She has been a great influence on me.
So it sounds like you have a great support system behind you.
That's what I do. Coming from everywhere.
Okay. So can you talk us through then a typical day of training? You talked earlier about the change in your diet, you know, the additional efforts your coach puts in, but talk to us a little bit about what that training looks like on a typical day for you.
On a typical day, my training, Mondays, I usually warm up. Then I have either 300-meter hurdles, race pace. Then I have gym on Monday. Usually 7:30, leaving the track.
So it sounds like a lot. It sounds like a combination of, you know, sprints, a lot of sprints, and then the gym, I imagine, is the weight component to it?
So.
Okay, so do you enjoy all of this? Because it seems like you have to be really committed to what you're doing to get the results that you want.
Yes, ma'am. You really have to be committed in this. If you don't really have the drive for yourself, then you wouldn't have no type of outcome on what you want. You have to have a goal in mind and see through it. You really have to push yourself.
So then with all of this happening, how do you balance, say, your school life, your academics, your personal life? How do you balance and juggle all these things, still wanting to become this great athlete?
That's a good question. Firstly, I try to involve some of my friends inside my personal track life. Try to bring them out at the track meets, talk to them and stuff, because usually track takes up my whole entire week, so I really don't have time to go out and be with them. So I try to at least invite them to a few of my meets so I can at least see them weekly.
Okay. That sounds like fun. So you keep a good balance to everything that you do. And what about your schoolwork?
When I reach home, I try my best to do my work, and also in the morning, I usually reach the school like 7 a.m. So I try my best to cram as much work as possible. Because, you know, practice after school is going to take a lot of time.
But you sound like you're a very busy student. I guess that's the life for athletes and well, student athletes, I should say.
Athletes, that's all.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. So what advice would you give to other athletes, I guess similarly in your shoes, hoping to, go off to CARIFTA, represent their country, and just being the best that they're able to be in their sport?
The first thing I would tell them is to put God first in everything that they do. Without God, I don't think any other athlete would be where they are right now without God. And then secondly, I would tell them to always be determined, that do not compare yourself to nobody else. Put first things first. So you should always prioritize the thing that you want the most. If you're really passionate about track, you should prioritize it. So that means no skipping workouts, anything that the coach do, trust him, believe that he can bring the best out of you.
That's some good advice there. So you told me that you are a 12th grader at QC. What is your next plans? Like once you finish with QC, you plan to head off to school, you plan to continue in your track career. Tell us a little bit about that.
I plan to go to college, most likely a D1 university, hopefully, for a ride scholarship also, and pursue my track career.
What are you going to study?
I will study journalism and sports management.
Okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. And obviously, what excites you most about competing in track and field?
The crowd excites me the most, especially the junkinu. When I hear that junkinu music, just the adrenaline inside of me builds up. I just get excited, like I just want to jump with the blocks.
so it kind of warms you up to give a good race.
That's all.
But why journalism? I mean, in terms of your sport, your
media.
Future interests.
Sports media.
Sports media, that's what you like about it.
Yes, ma'am.
What interested you in that? I guess because it's your field, I mean, in terms of the athletic aspect that you do, or is there a specific interest about it?
Sports media is like, I can come on Sadness, for instance, and be the sports show talk also. That'd be fun.
So that's what you're gearing up for.
I like to talk about sports, so.
Okay, so you're getting a little warm up in right now, I guess. Well, it was great chatting with you today, Zion. All the best in the trials on the weekend, and I'm sure you'll be fine and headed off to CARIFTA with your fellow athletes.
That's all. Hopefully.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
And get ready for some cool summer tips when we come back. You're watching What's Trending.